It's a wonderful feeling being back with students. I had no clue as to the keynote address, so I think what I can assume is I'm getting a couple of minutes extra time, if that's permitted. I think that's the little logo we designed for ourselves. And before I proceed with talking about the few things that we have done, I'd really like to explain a little bit about how this was evolved. And this also speaks somewhat of my personal journey, which I think is extremely important, particularly for students. Because we always talk about, or we always see nice pictures, pretty pictures, some not so nice, and so on. And we always look at the destination, but the journey is somewhere forgotten. So I think it's the journey that's important, the process. I would not spend too much time on the word architecture, except to say that architecture is not about buildings. It encompasses far more. It's about environment, it's about sociology. The architect has a huge responsibility, and I think buildings is just one part of it. The other important point, and which I found is something that should start to happen in the education system, is that architecture should be read along with the other arts. We are no different. All the other arts are also part of architecture, and I think it forms a whole. So it's not really treated in isolation. I found this with, I think the name of Arjun was taken, my son, when he was studying. They were asked to do a film, a 10-minute film, as part of their architectural curriculum, and to understand the fine arts, music, and so on and so forth. Because ultimately, they're all tied and woven together. And I think that makes it richer, it makes it more complete. Environment, sustainability, certainly. It's coming so much to the fore, but I have not bought in my earlier works, how I started life 30, 35 years back. But we talked about sustainability even then. I was greatly influenced by people like Laurie Baker, the hands-on people, or Mary Gandhi. And one did try to assimilate some of that. It's now become a kind of fad that we have to do green buildings and we need LEEDs points and so on and so forth. And it's nice, but I think LEEDs is not substantial enough, as a lot of studies are showing. We need to get into it far, far deeper. The second part, which is ecology, it's not what it seems to be on the face of it. Ecology is the way we look at it. That we have looked at a holistic, integrated approach to developing comprehensive teams in every discipline to be able to take a total approach on design. Today, the designer is not a virtuoso. He's not working in isolation. He needs a huge input of diverse information that need to come in. For example, we are working with a German designer who specializes in understanding how you bring sunlight into the building, even developing solar tubes and so on and so forth, apart from what we cannot ignore, what we call common sense. If you cannot understand light, you cannot understand the sun, you don't know the penetration of light, I think we have no business to be talking about architecture. It's so fundamental. Facades, what the building will look like, are so unimportant. So the issue of ecology, again, to sum it up, is that we have developed these very, very comprehensive, integrated teams of individuals and groups who work together so that we have all the information that we need to do a comprehensive job, a total job. So that's as far as ecology is concerned. So we are not literally talking about ecology as is enunciated in Webb's. The third part which to me is most important, because it's part of a personal